Progress or regression, which are you choosing? We are currently living in a period of time where extraordinary opportunities of progress stand side by side threats of destruction and enslavement. The two divergent paths could not be more drastic. This choice point forces us to both individually and collectively ask, what will we choose? Two visions for the future. The two choices presented to us are either freedom or enslavement. By freedom I mean the sovereignty of the individual to do whatever they feel it is they want to experience while not harming anyone else. By enslavement I am referring to authoritarian control of the mind and body in every way imaginable. From the moment we emerge as an individuated consciousness from the source to the moment we merge back with it eons from now, we are free to explore reality, interface, and engage with it however we please. As we evolve, we become more intentional and focused on doing only that which is both benefiting oneself and all else simultaneously. Service to self actions no longer being sought after. The evolution of consciousness accelerates. In a world full of people living deliberately, intentionally, and virtuously, the freedom of the individual and the freedom of the group are both equally important. By being highly aware of the interconnected wholeness of all life, we become mindful of our thoughts, words, and action because whatever we think, say, and do affects not only us but everyone and everything else. It is possible to be incredibly free and still come together to achieve unified goals. That is how floating cities will be designed and built. That is how all forms of oppression and injustice will be relics of the past. All of this is not possible through means of force or coercion in a way where those results would have long staying power. However, to achieve them successfully, we need to be aware of who we truly are and always keep our egos in check so that they don't run the show. Otherwise, hierarchical, authoritarian, and controlling systems will be back on the menu. What does a future of regression look like? I'll cut to the ultimate endpoints and make this list short and simple: total control of humanity, including control over individual thoughts, words, and actions, punishing whenever they deviate from the approved forms of being and expression. Enslavement of humanity by replacing biological life with synthetic avatars, diminishing the divine connection as much as they can physically. Uninhabitable planet for human beings in their current form, as well as most other sentient life on Earth. Emotionless existence lacking ambitions or artificially induced bliss trance where the lights appear on but nobody's home. Loss of the individual in favor of the drone life as part of the central AI-controlled hive mind. Culture only celebrates and glorifies darkness, death, and depravity. You get the idea. What does a future of evolutionary progress look like? Here are some qualities it holds. Cooperatives completely replace corporations. Debt-based monetary systems no longer exist. Free energy technologies are accessible and available to everyone. Everyone has the ability to have their basic needs met, whether they are able-bodied or not. The golden rule and mindfulness of oneness become part of every decision that affects others. All sentient life is respected and treated with care and compassion. All centralized systems are decentralized, becoming circular rather than pyramidal. Holacracy is used to structure and run organizations rather than hierarchy. Conflict resolution with peace as the objective is paramount. Treatment, healing, and nonviolent strategies replace punishment-focused justice systems. Economics that are peer-to-peer, considerate of their impact on others and the earth, thrive. Regenerative agriculture, vertical gardening, and similar methods are practiced, which ultimately give back more than is taken. The only food that exists is food free of being exposed to, or manipulated by, any toxic chemicals or synthetic engineering. Chemicals toxic to life on Earth are not used due to the extraordinary harm they cause. People meditate, practice yoga, and live active and healthy lifestyles. Focus on developing creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence in school. Intuitive and extrasensory abilities are promoted, encouraged, and taught to children and adults. People spend most of their days doing what is in their zone of genius and their passions. Science and spirituality are synthesized, allowing humans to become a Type 1 to 3 civilization. Both sensory observation and intuitive guidance are solidly valid in decision-making. Natural ethics arises from being authentic and virtuous instead of conforming to imposed norms. Less focus on amassing and using things and more focus on life-enriching experiences with others. Instead of measuring progress by how much stuff people buy, we measure how peaceful, loving, and caring we are. These are just a few examples of the many changes that will come when we go through collective conscious evolution. While the completion of the regression may take some time, if that path was collectively chosen out of fear, it's ultimately the destination, because those more psychopathic among us who have become so far removed from their source spark see it as the only way they can enjoy their existence at this point. However, they simply need to remember who they really are and connect with that source light deep down, obscured by the darkness that engulfed it over a long time. They, too, can choose evolutionary progress, if they want, and give themselves the opportunity to connect with their ultimate origin, expanding that source light and enjoying the remarkable benefits of doing so. Still, it seems rather unlikely that most of them will, and there aren't many of them compared with us, which makes it incredibly easy to tether humanity to a time fractal that is one of exceptional evolutionary progress. Will we choose evolutionary progress or regress? The window of opportunity is a small one, and the choice is one that we are being forced to make right now. This isn't the time to be idle. It also doesn't mean you have to be out there with a proverbial bullhorn. You can be the change with every thought, word, and deed.